classrooms and I go, oh my God, can I stand an hour in there or 2 hours? It's stuff. And I like dark. ¿Pueden apagar la luz? I'm an image person. Yeah, that would be great to have that line down, but más romántico. Ahí, y ya te vas a perder. Señorita, ¿puede ir a pasar? You're telling me about 10 minutes, these people took 20 minutes. Give me a break. ¿Quién puede controlar ahí el botoncito? She's telling me about 10 minutes. Well, you know, just push the buttons while I tell you can do that. Sure. Bobby Logan, we've been painting murals in Bobby Logan for about 40 years. And right now we're just currently restoring them. We just got $1.6 million to paint. And that's really a kick in the head. I got a new camera. I don't even know how to use it yet. We've been taking some pretty cool shots. The whole thing of Bobby Logan has been, I remember it 50 years ago, we used to call it the ombligo de los barrios. It was very important for the border because that was the first place, the biggest place in San Diego County that people would go to. And so, next one. I'm bored already. We've been working really hard. That's Hector Villegas showing off his tattoos. We have actual scaffolding. Before we didn't even have scaffolding. We're tying ourselves with ropes and stuff, dangling like orangutans. What were the whole history of Chicano Park has been very gentrified and very almost lack of respect from the city, from the city government. Being a very important barrio, then what happened to us? What happened where they put the freeway and they dislocated us and they did, you can do the next one. You know, it just, we suffered like a death blow. Era como que nos dieron un machetazo así, descabechándonos, you know. It was like, here was a residential area, there was a commercial area, and they sliced it off. And so we still haven't recovered it. We still haven't recovered what truly is our body. What is truly, even in the 60s and part of the 70s, we still had two theaters, we had panaderias, tortillerias, you know, really cool stuff. These are some of my crew, Mario Chacon, who used to teach here at City College for many years, right? Anybody remember him? And that's Hector Villegas. Next one. We've been restored. We already have 8 murals restored. This is one of them, the Archer. What do we paint at Chicano Park? How many of you have been to Chicano Park? Right on. That's great. So what are the issues that we've been dealing with? Our culture, immigration, police brutality, bilingual education. Just the fact that we don't even know who our heroes are. ¿Quiénes son nuestros héroes? ¿Cuál es nuestra historia? Here we find ourselves as Mexicans in the United States, and we're going to high school or whatever, and we don't know those facts. So the murals took on a lot of responsibilities to do some of those things. Next one. This is one of the murals that I did in '85, and I used an air gun, and then all of a sudden I had all the graffiti guys. Hey, what kind of tip did you use on that? You know, they were all like, I said, oh, I just got this air gun, and it was really good. Since then, I started Writer's Block, and now we have Battlegrounds over in South Bay. Next slide. Of course, that was Emiliano Zapata, right? Everybody recognize it? Yeah. What did it stand for? ¿Qué dijo Emiliano Zapata?
I rather spy on my feet or something like that, and then infinity on my knees, right down, something like that.
Right on, the little Juan Razón estás pelón nomás por un lado. Bobby Logan, honor, that peacock means orgullo. Next slide. Is my 10 minutes up yet? Murals have a lot of things to say. A lot of immigration. This is a recent one from up in LA. Next slide. What's your point of view? Like Ray-Ban right here. He looks like he's ready to commit suicide, right? Next slide. One of our tallest murals is called The Undocumented Worker. Destruyendo barreras, breaking down the walls. Next slide. I wanted to show this because we have in the audience one of my students, and apláudale más veces. Despierta, digo. Ana Castro has been working at the MAC, and she's been one of the best artists that I've had. I've been there for 10 years. And this is the piece that we're going to be doing. We're already working on the special material that we want to put it in Tijuana. We want to get out. We're going to have a special emulsion. We have a special emulsion that can go on metal, oxidated metal, bricks, anything. It's a new material. We're experimenting with it. It's been very successful on the East Coast. So we are working on this. Is the current design, but amongst the discussion at school, we're planning to do a series of these. This is just the first thing. So if you can help us find a wall that's highly visible with permission so that it can last longer, would be great. Next one. Of course, I like to surround myself with women. But this is our logo of the Chicano Park, La Tierra Mía. We really feel that Chicano Park is something that has gone beyond that. Maria knows that. She lives right there. We love it. We have almost like a spiritual energy, right, Rick? It's a spiritual energy that people find in not only the pillars, but just the ambiente. Of course, there's a lot of transits and other things going on. Next slide.
It has
character. Yeah, we're going to put that in one of those books, really. This is the one that I'm working on right now, Hasta la Bahía. We struggled for 17 years to have access to the bay. We have a 2.3 acres at the bay. We're going to try to connect. Anybody know that we have a bay park at Chicano Park? We have a pier. You can actually go fit what? Yeah, straight down Cesar Chavez Parkway. Next image. I just recently went to Cuba again, and I found this little section, and it really reminds me something about restoration. They'll restore the building, but they leave this little window so you can see what the building looked like, Mr. Architect. Isn't that kind of interesting? You know, you can see what that building looked like before the restoration. And so I've been trying to do that with the murals as well. Next slide. I wanted to show you guys because young people, this blew me away a few years ago when immigration bullshit was going on. We had 5,000 young people showed up from City College to Chicano Park, and there was like all these cop courses and all these patrullas, and then all of a sudden I saw all these young people, man, and I ever since, you know, me voy a poder morir a gusto knowing that there's a lot of young people that still keep the spirit. Next slide. Been working with graffiti. This is just a detail of one of the tunnels underneath the freeway. That's just a composite detail. And they also, even though they're graffiti artists, they also are working with the issues that we've been dealing with at Chicano Park. Next slide. I love working with kids, different age groups. They get down. Next slide. I love talking, because you can see. Next slide. About history, 40 years. My 10 minutes up. ¿Cómo está el reloj? Porque ese pinche reloj es emisible. This happened 42 years ago. That's a picture. It happened 42 years ago. Next slide. All kinds of different aspects about the border. We've been dealing with it with images. I personally, yes, ma'am. I personally am the 4th, now maybe 5th generation with my kids of border phenomena where I got kids back to Tijuana. I have a house in Tijuana. I raised my kids in Tijuana. My suegros wondered why. You can talk to my kids and you can find out that they really feel like Mexicanos, even though they were born on this side of the border. Next slide. And this is the last slide. I've been going to other barrios painting murals. This is up Carlsbad. We have about 55 barrios in San Diego County, and they all stand power. La raza.